Hello everybody, welcome to a new video of James Speedshop. Today I'm at another shop, Speedshop Ter Stege. It's a very interesting shop. He has a lot of knowledge about turbos, rebuilding them, hybrid turbos, that sort of stuff. So it's just very interesting. It's a company that I use for buying my turbo and my wastegate stuff. So it's very close to me, so I'm going to show you around and I'm going to show some bits of turbos and parts that he's rebuilding, and yeah, just a little bit info about his shop. So it's good for everyone, I think, to have a place to find parts and special things, and it's just nice to see. So, Rolf, tell something about yourself.
My name is Rolf Ter Stege. So Speedshop Ter Stege is it's my name. I make custom turbochargers, upgrade turbochargers, and well, everything that's turbocharger related. So
Yeah, so like 80% of your job is rebuilding them, and the other 20% is sometimes doing different job, like these kind of cars, new wiring looms, ECUs and that sort of stuff, and nice hobby projects. So I think a lot of people will ask about this car. So if there are more questions about this, we can film the complete build of this project if you want that, so you can do that. I think it's pretty cool. So you're also only one of a few in Europe that doing something with Barra engines?
Yeah.
You just started that last year, is it?
Yeah, we started last year. My brother has a co-worker in Australia, and well, we've all seen the videos of the Barra engine, so we were kind of keen on getting our hands on some of those.
Big six-cylinder. What is it? 4 liters, 4.2?
4 liter, 24 valve, and it's a really modern engine. But in Australia, they don't have those the emission stuff that we are used to over here.
Yeah.
So it's a modern engine, but with less eco stuff.
So we can do also a video about that in the future if there's questions about it. So for my project, Rolf helped me with searching the right turbo for my application. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but I mentioned about I want to have around 500 wheel horsepower. I have a 5 liter V8, so the turbo that we choose was GTX3582R, and that's not a Garret, it's a Pulsar. And we're going to show you some bits of the internals of these turbos, that there is not a lot of difference inside them, but the price is the biggest difference. So we're going to show that. Also about this type of wastegate. I was waiting on a different wastegate. What was it, the other brand?
The Precision 66 millimeter.
Yeah, Precision 66, and this is a brand from Canada. And this is one without a membrane in it, so it's just a piston with an O-ring. So it's, I suspect it is more solid.
Yeah, it's the reason why we bought a couple, because I don't think there's a lot of more. There are more guys that use this type of actuation on the wastegate. So it was kind of an experiment, but quite nice. So.
Yeah. So prices are very good in Canada. I thought about $300 or something. But to get them to Europe, it's
Yeah,
twice the price.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
So, but yeah, it's still is a good price in comparison to precision.
Yeah, or
wastegate.
there's also like Turbo Smart, and the bigger you go in gate, the more expensive they become. But these ones are quite, affordable
Yeah.
in their size category.
So this 60 millimeters, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, main differences. This is a Pulsar, and this is from Garret. But to show you perfectly, you need to dismantle it. We can do that in other videos. People want to know the difference between it. But like Rolf already mentioned, is that the internals are likely the same.
Yeah, it's as I don't know if it's appropriate to say on YouTube, but it's same shit, different name. So all the stuff that goes inside is basically the same. So this is an old Garret unit I was about to throw away, and it's a typical Garret type of damage because it ran way too hot. As you can hear, also the turbine's a little bit damaged, but as you can hear the bearings that are damaged, and it's purely due to heat.
But this is all roller bearing turbos, eh?
Yeah, all roller bearing.
So the Pulsar is also a roller bearing turbo.
Yeah, it's a closed box as you can see now, but you can tell most turbos because there are also other like cheap Chinese turbos, but you can always tell if it's a cheap China turbo when it's a roller bearing turbo. It has the blocking pin over here. And
Okay.
This blocking pin blocks the outside cage over here. So that's basically what keeps the outside of the roller bearings in place in the turbo.
Okay, okay.
So
We can maybe in the future put them all together, like a Chinese one if you have one. A Pulsar and a Garret, and then open
and
them.
we can pull it apart, and you can see there's it's exactly the same kind of stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
The only difference is that you don't get the Garret branding on the housings, and the turbine housing material is a little bit different. This is the used. This is just the used one. And as you can see, it ran fine. There's nothing wrong with the turbo.
Yeah.
The castings of the housings, it's a cheaper material than you would see on Garret housings.
Yeah.
So these they start to erode a little bit sooner than your Garret counterparts. This is an original Garret. It's for an Evo, so it has the weird turbine housing. But you can already tell that this is a different material.
Different quality, yeah.
Different quality.
So this stays like this. This is already a used one or not?
No, this is a new one. He wants a compressor housing modification, so that's why it's here.
Okay.
But it's a new one, and this will erode also or have oxidation, but far
less. Yeah. But that doesn't make the function. It doesn't function.
No,
less.
It doesn't influence functionality. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit, but those are the last 2% of the last 2 horsepower you're gonna see on the dyno.
So if we look at the price, then you could say like my turbo was around 800 euros, and the Garret one was easily twice the price, was it? 1699 or something.
Yeah.
So that's the main difference. And if you look, it's not always all about the money, but you can spend the difference, the other 800 euros on like a good wastegate or something.
And I have to admit, I was skeptic at first too, but after measuring all the stuff like wheel-to-house clearances, materials of wheels, running tests, balancing, all those stuff, it's all
It's all the same.
same stuff.
So it's the same as buying an Apple or a Samsung or a Chinese phone.
Yeah, yes.
They all come from the same factory.
Yeah.
Okay. Dismantles.
Yeah, dismantle. As you can see, it doesn't have your typical membrane. It has the piston with 2 O-rings and some kind of very funky high temperature grease, I guess. And this is all that's making the air seal for the actuation.
So it's only 2 O-rings.
Yeah, only 2 O-rings and a little bit of grease.
And it's V-band on 2 sides. That's most of the time, is it like that? Eh?
Yeah.
Also,
it's also because V-bands are really easy to
change out at the broken
to change stuff, and bolted flanges are not really the norm anymore.
So that's also on the turbos now from Pulsar.
Yeah, but also on Garret turbos.
Yeah.
V-bands are typically used over bolted flanges because this is when you make stuff, it's far easier to just use a V-band and.
Yeah, I think it's also handier with mounting it.
Yeah.
So this is a very. I don't know if they have more sizes of this. This is a 60 millimeter. They have also a small one.
They have also a smaller one.
32 or something.
Yeah, 40 or 45, something like that.
Yeah, I can put the link below this video. It's not really an advertisement, but I will put a link below of this this brand because it's just.
Yeah, it's
a very easy.
Easy design, interesting stuff. An interesting approach to a wastegate. So.
Yeah, we will see how long the O-rings will hold up, but I think it will do pretty good. So just in comparison, this is a very old wastegate. This is like with a membrane in it, in here. So this is an old
HKS unit.
Yeah.
You can see also the cooling that's required to keep the membrane.
So this is like the 90s or early 2000s style.
I think early 90s. This is really old, old stuff.
This one is also used pretty good. You can see the exhaust. Also nice to see. Okay, so that's pretty nice. So I will put the information about Speedshop Ter Stege below the video. And we can maybe also talk a little bit about the petrol, because I think people like that. So if you want any information about these turbos, you can follow the links below this video. And I think we can do some other small videos in the future about telling like differences in wheels and why you have differences in wheels, and just to get a little bit more knowledge about it, because you get some questions about this stuff.
I get a lot of questions about wheel designs, compressor wheel designs.
So I think maybe that's a good thing to make a video about that stuff. It's easy for everybody to find that kind of thing. So if you want to buy turbos or want to have a special setup, you always can get in contact with Rolf about this. And shipping all around the world, is it?
Yeah, sure.
So that's not really a problem. Okay, so let's have a look at the Nissan. Your own project car, I think?
Yeah.
Is it just for fun?
Yeah, just for fun, yeah.
It's just...
we're used to making old stuff fast. The BMW was fast-ish. It had almost 600 horsepower. And, well, it's also my brother's project, so we do it together. And we thought it would be a fun idea to make a petrol go fast.
Yeah. So it's not really a common car in Europe, not in Holland, because everything that's heavy and is expensive here in this country. So I think if people see this video in like Australia, they say, oh, we have to, yeah. So this also, if you wanted to build or want some information about Barras here in Europe, you can also contact Rolf about it. He has some knowledge about it, because you built this engine yourself now, the last half year.
Yeah. We ordered some parts from Australia, and also via the colleague from my brother. He also brought a lot of parts here.
Yeah.
Because you can't. I wanted to get a head gasket because I wanted to go a little bit higher in compression, and I needed one size different chromatic gasket. And I tried to order the gasket over here, but it was very difficult. So I ended up making one gasket out of 2 MLS gaskets. Works fine, but that's to showcase how hard it is to get parts for these engines over here on a short time basis.
Because it's never delivered here in any kind of car here in Europe.
There's only also a little bit of a misconception. People think these things are in America, but this is only an Australian product. So it's like Ford Australia makes this, and they are in Australia. You can pick up a non-turbo Barra engine for a couple hundred, like to 300 Australian dollars. So.
That's like scrap metal prices. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're a dime a dozen. They're in everything. They're in small trucks. The Ford Territory Utes also have them. The Falcons have them. Taxis. They have all kinds of taxis over there with these engines. So they're on your average wrecking yard, as they call them over there. You can find these engines for.
So in that for factory you have normal aspirated versions and turbocharged versions, is it?
Yeah, the turbocharged versions are a lot more expensive. I believe you pay around 2,000 to 4,000 Australian dollars for a turbo engine.
But is it needed then to start a project like this?
If you want to retain the factory ECU, and the engine already needs some attention. The oil pump wants to destroy itself, and the valve springs are soft, even for more than 1 bar boost. They are kind of soft. So those things, even if you have a turbo engine, you have to replace those.
And you can rev them how high? What is it, 6,000 RPM or something? What are you going to do?
Stock, I think, 55, 6,000, something like that.
Okay, it's like an industry.
And everything is balanced and made to go to 8,000 RPM. I don't think it's really a wise thing to do, but
that's what you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on this engine. Yeah. So this is a 4 liter or 4.2? What is it?
A 4 liter. Yeah, maybe a little bit more because it says oversized pistons now. A little small overbore for new cylinder liner, but
yeah.
It's like a couple cc's. It's 4 liters.
No, it's a pretty big turbo also. This is, what is it? Size? It's also Pulsar, eh?
Also a Pulsar turbo. It's a G42 1450.
So what can it flow then, like horsepower numbers wise? Is it like 1,000, 1,200?
Yeah, 1,000, 1,200, something like that.
With a massive torque number, of course. Okay.
Yeah, and also a lot of turbo lag. But it's a 4 liter, so it should be doable to have it a little bit drivable.
So and the transmission is manual?
Manual, yeah. We considered going with the newer HAP ZF transmission. And there are adapter plates to bolt the transfer case onto those transmissions, but we wanted to keep it a little bit simple at first. So we went with the strongest petrol gearbox, and it's from the ZD30 engine. It's the 3 liter 4-cylinder diesel engine.
Okay, yeah. So it's a stock transmission?
Yeah, stock transmission.
Rear axle stock?
Yeah, the axles, all the stuff is stock. There's a twin plate clutch in there. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but mainly because it has huge tires and it's going to make a significant torque. So
yeah, and it weighs like, what is it, 2,600 kilos or something?
At least.
Yeah, yeah. So it will be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah,
so
it's also because it's such a heavy car, you need a little bit more of an extra horsepower to make it go fast. I think if you have a Barra engine that makes around 600 horsepower, it's going to be a little bit faster than a normal petrol. I don't think it's going to be that spectacular.
That will be very nice. So I think we should do some update about this one in a few months and just see how it goes. I think it's a very nice project. So a lot of people see my channel as only Mercedes, but I like a lot of things. So this is this is very fun to see. So, okay, thank you. So I think we're going to close up the video. I will put some close-ups about all the turbos that's around here. I think it's always nice to see. We're going to do some more videos about this subject. If you got questions, if you want to see something, or you want some information of differences, we can also have a look and try to show you some nice stuff. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions about this video or about this subject, you can also look below the video. Here's my link to my website. Also, you can look over there to the links, or you can put in the right corner view, there's my logo, and click on all the other videos that I made. And we will do some more nice and technical videos about these turbos. I think that's really nice. Also good for me to learn something. So thanks for watching. See you for the next one. Bye bye.